Hello, my name is Tim, my company is Sports and Touring, and we are performance Jaguar specialists. But of course, Jaguar is part of Jaguar Land Rover, and occasionally by part exchange and so forth, Land Rover products come into our world, like this Vogue SE TDV8 Range Rover. It is a superb machine for covering long distances, for covering difficult ground, for towing, for taking 5 people with you and an awful lot of gear. It is a capacious car. It's a luxurious and comfortable and very well equipped car. It's a 61 plate vehicle coming up for 105,000 miles, but with good service history. We've just serviced it ourselves as well. It's in very fine order internally. Externally, there are the odd little blemishes here or there, but nothing like what you might see on other equivalent vehicles of the same age and mileage. And I'm very pleased indeed to show you around. I think impressive and imposing are perhaps two adjectives to apply to the Range Rover. Its scale, its bulk is probably its most distinctive feature, along with those classic lines, the design, the fundamental shape of the Range Rover, unchanged over the many years and many iterations. This particular one in ultimate black or Santorini black, sitting on style 17 alloy wheels, which are wearing Continental cross-contact tyres. The condition of the car, given its age and mileage, is really remarkably good. We would normally not be retailing a vehicle like this, but this one is so very good. As we prepared it and worked on the paintwork and the interior and so forth, it was coming up as such an impressive example for its age and mileage that really we thought, no, we're going to hang on to this one. The luxury, the opulence, the comfort, all hallmarks of the Range Rover 2. And this is the Vogue SE, of course. So a particularly refined equipment list and a beautiful cabin, which we can look at now in detail. We'll supply the car, of course, with 2 remote key fobs and the owner's book pack. And pressing unlock, we can see the power fold mirrors move out into position. And then we can take a look into this beautiful, sumptuous Range Rover cockpit. Starting the inspection perhaps with the door card, which you can see is in ivory with ivory leather there on the armrest, piano black veneer around the cockpit, and of course jet as well for the rest of the finish. It is in remarkable condition. It really is. This car's age and mileage would suggest that pretty well everything about it would be much less good than it is. We can see there the Harman Kardon badge on the stereo speaker, and of course we've got the door mirror controls and electric window switches. Panning round, heavy-duty rubber floor mats under which are the carpet mats, which are in good order. And we have the tread plate there in very fine condition. And these full electric memory seats with multi-way adjustable lumbar support and various other adjustments to make them very comfortable, and 3 memory positions as well, so that you can select the appropriate one for your driving. Perforated ivory leather. These seats are in stunningly good order. You'd expect a lot of wear on the side bolsters here, but in fact they are in incredible condition. And then we can sit up into the Range Rover cockpit and admire the view. Lots of technology, very high quality materials always in Range Rovers, and the condition of this cockpit really is remarkable. The steering wheel, unworn, unblemished. It is in very fine order. Above us we have the beautiful sliding sunroof that is tinted. There's a screen as well which you can pull across if it gets a little bit too warm in the summer. Down between the seats here we've got the armrest, under that a handy stowage maybe for your phone, and under that we've got another cubby hole with iPod connector, USB connector, 12-volt supply, and the cable there is for adapting a smartphone into the system, and you can get various adapters for the end of that for iPhones and Androids and so forth. Forward of there, we've got the ashtray smoker's pack specified on this car when it was new. There's no sense at all in this cockpit that anyone has smoked in it. There's no odour, no marks anywhere to suggest that. Electronic parking brake with hill start assist, and the cup holder, of course, here with the sliding cover like so, all in very good order. To explore further, we'll fire up the V8, a longitudinally mounted V8. I've got my foot on the brake, finger on the start button, and there we are. Straight away, the dashboard comes to life, and we can see this lovely LCD dashboard, very crisp and clear. Beautiful enunciation there. Okay, back over to the centre console, and here we've got the ride height selector, low and high. That is air suspension, of course. Very, very smooth ride in these Range Rovers, and adjustable height, for example, for loading, getting in and out. You can lower the vehicle and make that easier. Hill descent control, which makes descending steep inclines much easier. And then we've got high and low range gearbox selected here, and the terrain mode selector here. So from standard we go through a variety of selections such as ice and snow, mud ruts and sand and so forth, which make the vehicle very, very easy to handle on difficult surfaces. If you are going to go serious off-roading, I suggest you get some professional training, and with a vehicle like this you'd be amazed the places that you can go. Forward of that we have the gear selector, park, reverse, neutral, drive and sport, and I'll pop that back into park while we look at the centre console, this lovely clock in the middle here. And then we've got the seat heating and cooling. So press the button and you can adjust which elements of the seat are heated and cooled, and then left for cooling, right for heating, multiple stage. Makes for such a comfortable journey in extremes of temperature. Then independent temperature selectors for passenger and driver, dual zone climate there. And we can select things such as maximum air conditioning, auto recirculation, and we have the electrically heated front windscreen on this car as well. Very effective indeed in the winter weather. Up there and onto the infotainment screen. Now we've got the home page here, from which we go to navigation, phone, audio, video, 4x4 info and settings, and timed climate and valet down here on the right. We'll just explore a couple of these. So navigation, for example, very crisp and clear, very easy to interpret and easy to program your destination in. Back to the home menu, we've got Bluetooth telephony, of course, audio video, so FM, AM radio, DAB, CD, and then USB, iPod and auxiliary input for the portable audio. Back home again, 4x4 info, has info about the transmission system and the position of the steering, useful if you're off-roading again, and we've also got a compass feature accessible just there. Back to the home menu, and finally the settings, which is where we adjust the various features around the vehicle, system, screen, vehicle and voice, and the clock as well there, of course. Coming over to the steering wheel, and on the side there we've got the joystick for the steering column adjust, and then we've got cruise control over here on the left hand with the mode selector here for the display, and over on the right hand side the Bluetooth telephony buttons. This vehicle doesn't have the Bluetooth telephony module installed, but we can talk to you about how you can use an aftermarket solution for that, or indeed you can plug your phone in, as I suggested, in the center console there. Flappy paddles for shifting gear, and on the left hand stalk the indicators, and on the right hand stalk the windscreen wipers, and then down here on the right hand side, of course, we've got the lights and fog lights. Again, everything in lovely condition. It's all clean and crisp and correct. No marks, no grazes to speak of anywhere in this cockpit. It really is in remarkably good condition. Okay, we'll switch the engine off and have a look around the rest of the interior. We'll start with the offside rear and the door card in good order, a tiny little mark there on the piano black veneer. And then panning around, we can see the back of the driver's seat is in fabulous condition. And the rear seat here, this beautiful perforated ivory leather, is sensationally good. The middle seat here, again, very fine. This folds down, of course, to provide an armrest with cup holders and a little cubby hole there in the middle. And forward of that, we've got the rear climate control, electrically heated rear seats on the outboard side, and we've got two 12-volt sockets there as well. Very well appointed, the rear seat of this Range Rover. Coming round and looking into the boot, and this is a cavernous space. I mean, you'd get an unimaginable amount of shopping, fishing gear, whatever it is, luggage that you need with you into this boot. Do have a look at the still photographs where we show you the boot with the rear seats down as well. It becomes an enormous load carrier, this vehicle, with the rear seats down. And then we come round to the near side door card, which I dare say is as it left the factory. Likewise, the back of the passenger seat, very good. And this side of the rear passenger seat in stunningly good order. Coming round to the front passenger area and the door card, again, very fine. The dashboard, very good. And this seat, again, in beautiful condition throughout. And of course, we have the glove box there, and above that, this stowage holds the CD player for the infotainment system. All in beautiful condition, and this kind of charcoal and ivory effect is very, very pretty indeed. Next, we'll take a look under the bonnet. So under the bonnet, and it's a busy space, isn't it? There's a lot going on here. The 3.6 litre V8 diesel engine, turbocharged, producing 268 horsepower, but more importantly, 640 newton meters of torque. And that is what makes this quite a pacey vehicle. In fact, considering its size, it is surprisingly quick off the mark and engaging to drive. Overtakes are by no means impossible in this car. It does have an impressive turn of speed and turn of acceleration thanks to that torque from this big and smooth engine. You can see everything under here is clean and correct. Service history, main dealers to begin with in this vehicle's life, and then independent specialists. And we have just done comprehensive service on the vehicle ourselves. Everything is in very good order, and it has passed our inspections without any difficulties. It's running very smoothly, and it is a real pleasure to drive. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been an enormous pleasure to show you this beautiful Range Rover. We're Sports and Touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment. You're very welcome to telephone, email or WhatsApp us if you have any questions, or if you'd like to see this car in person or by video call. It'll be a pleasure to send you a link to the Google Drive. That's our online folder of higher resolution images which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents. If you've got a car to dispose of, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA, and we work with a really brilliant broker. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews on Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of the things that our previous customers say about us. And I'll close by saying thank you again. Feel free to like and subscribe to us here on YouTube, and we will look forward to hearing from you very soon. Contact details coming in a moment.